Heya folks, how's it going? So today, to celebrate this channel reaching 500 subscribers, I thought I'd do a little question and answer video. But I guess to keep myself on my toes, I've decided to take a number of questions, number them 1 to 12, and then roll a d12 to decide what order I answer them in. I hope this is interesting. I just really wanted to incorporate a dice roll so far. I am using my portable little dice tray and a little random d12 I have about. I hope you enjoy it, and I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's supported me so far. It's been really kind. Everyone's been really kind and supportive and helped me improve this channel in so many ways. I hope you all stick around and potentially we find other people to chat about games with. So without further ado, let's dive in. So the first question I'm going to answer is number 10. Oh, from Tanya on YouTube. What have been your favorite indie/small-press games of the last few years? I would have to say my favorite has been Wonder Home. This game got me thinking differently about what games could be and how imaginative and explorative the experience can be without using physical violence as an exploration tool. Next question. 1. Valzied on YouTube asks, congrats, are you usually a player or DM/GM? What game do you wish you could play that you haven't yet? It's a tricky one because I feel like I tend to be a player more, but I am also constantly asking to be a game master. I'm actually in 2 gaming groups at the moment, which is what I can kind of fit consistently in my schedule, and we tend to in one of those groups pass around running games. We all just want to run the games we're interested in, so it's kind of like a bit of a fight to see who can run their game next. I think the one I am looking forward to running most will be Varsen. My group is going to be running that next, and I'm slotted to run it, and I'm so excited. Number 8, from Wizard's Respite on Twitter. What is your favorite subcategory of tabletop role-playing game? Has to be mystery. I love games that get the players investigating and studying more about the world that they're in. Plus, I feel like a tabletop role-playing game can be so beneficial to a mystery because you can run those without having written the end necessarily. You can see where the dice take you. Number 12. Rick Loftus on YouTube asks, I'm curious to hear your thoughts about how playing tabletop role-playing games can have beneficial social effects. Fostering friendships and a sense of belonging, cultivating personal resilience, teaching creative problem solving, breaking down barriers between people, etc. Well, I totally agree with all the things you've listed as benefits for playing tabletop role-playing games. For me, it was a really great way to find and make friends and have a shared activity to do together. Sometimes just hanging out can feel very strange, but when you gather to do an activity together, I find that makes the hangout a lot easier, and it also allows new people to meet each other a lot better. Say if you're introducing new friends, having a shared activity to do together is a great outlet. Also, I really love that tabletop role-playing games can have you role-playing experiences that you would never experience in real life or wouldn't want to. You can play characters with. Plus, I feel like a good mystery game has such good benefits. Plus, I feel like a mystery can be so evil intentions or who do harm, and you can see how that can affect a fictional world, but you don't have to do that in real life. I have a lot more thoughts about this question, so maybe one day I should make a video about the benefits of tabletop role-playing games. Maybe convince the parents out there that it is good for their kids. Number 5 is from Joe at Worth a Sandwich on Twitter. What is the game that surprised you with how good it ended up being? So I have to say the game that surprised me with how good it ended up being had to be Backwater, the tabletop role-playing game. This was sent to me to review, and I wasn't doubtful that it was going to be good, and I knew I liked the theme of Southern Gothic, but when I got it and I got to flick through with it, I really fell in love with the setting of this world, and it's something that my group has absolutely decided we have to play sometime. I do have a review, as I do have a review for most of these books that I'm mentioning, so I will try and link as many of those in the description below. They also have some supplements coming out, so I highly recommend following these creators along. Number 9. Luchiosaurus on YouTube asks, if you're an animal, what kind of animal would you be? I'd be a rat. I really love rats, and I feel like they're a misunderstood creature, and so I relate to them on that manner. People tend to think of them as dirty or gross, but they're really sociable and friendly, and especially the ones that we keep as pets can form really strong bonds with the people that they live with. I like rats so much that I recently got given this little 3D printed rat figurine, who now gets to sit behind me while I do reviews. Next one. Number 11, the Fanta Warrior. Is there a niche in RPGs that you would like to see filled? It's a bit tricky to answer this one because it feels like if I mention it, it will definitely be out there and I just haven't found it yet. I think I'd love to see more mainstream games exploring non-European fantasy settings. I do have one on my shelves, which I've done a review of Kafanum, but I would love to see an Asian fantasy tabletop role-playing game or one that is inspired by the Australian Indigenous dreaming. Number 6, from Luchiosaurus on YouTube. What is your cat's name and do you have any other pets? For today, I will just introduce you to the cat, and maybe I will do a longer video sometime about all the animals that live at my house. Let me just go get her. Meow. So this is Buffy. She is, I think, 7 years old. She came from a local shelter and was on special for $50. Now she absolutely bullies and tortures me to live a life of luxury that she does not deserve. She also likes everyone else in the house better than me, probably because I pick her up and snuggle her. She does like to get up when I'm filming my B-rolls of the different pages of books and, you know, make sure that I know that she's the #1 priority. I also didn't give her the name Buffy. I'm not particularly a fan of the Joss Whedon TV show in a significant way. She just came with that name from the shelter and she answered to it, so I thought it would just be smarter to keep it. I also don't think she's called Buffy because of the character. She has this thing that when she likes something or someone, she goes up to them and really loves rubbing her face on them. If I'm on my phone and she wants attention, she practically knocks it out of my hand, so I will touch her face. Number 3, which is from Trademark FC on YouTube. Why did you start your channel and what are your hopes for it? I started my channel because I wasn't getting to talk about tabletop role-playing games that weren't Dungeons & Dragons 5e or maybe 1 or 2 games with a lot of people. You know, I'd say that I'm into tabletop role-playing games and people would be like, so Dungeons & Dragons? I'm like, yes, but also all of these other games. So I basically just wanted to talk about these games more and talk to more people who liked those games. One day I actually do hope to perhaps make this channel my job. One day I perhaps hope I could make this channel my job and I could review games full-time or maybe make more content. For the moment though, this is a fun little hobby and I really appreciate that I get to talk to all of you guys about it. My next question is from Kamikine on YouTube. Do you have a character type that you find yourself playing? I do. I tend to enjoy playing do-gooders of different varieties, whether they be holy knights or slightly more crooked characters. I think if I was an adventurer or someone with amazing powers, I would really want to do good in the world. That's perhaps my power fantasy, though I have role-played other characters before. Just tend to keep coming back to the do-gooders. Number 4, from That Gamer Ajax. What is your favorite game to play and what is the one you recommend the most? I think the one that I play the most is Monster of the Week. I am running a Monster of the Week campaign that I've set in a version of my mum's hometown. It's a great fun experience to run this game with how it's designed to be played. The Game Master also rolls no dice, so it really gets me to work and stretch my improvisation brain. The one I tend to recommend the most at the moment is Thirsty Sword Lesbians. I think it's one of the few big title, mainstream-ish games out there that focuses on romance as a core mechanic. I just think that's a really cool idea. My last question is from Matt at Roleplay Chat on Twitter. I'd love to know about any tabletop role-playing game systems that you feel were foundational to you. Maybe something that you care a lot about, or a system that after playing influenced your personal style. Something to that effect. I think the system that I enjoy the most when I've encountered it has been Powered by the Apocalypse. I know it's not necessarily the most popular one, but I really like that it tends to accelerate action into the third act. I first encountered it when I played as a character in Monster of the Week, and it absolutely changed how I thought of gaming forever. I'd mostly been playing combat-focused games, and a game that focused on investigation really made me think differently about what a game could be. I hope you enjoyed today's video and my silly random idea. I hope you all stick around to support me, and I look forward to seeing you soon, next time on the gaming table. Bye!